Instagram Live, talking to his fans and streaming his off-field escapades or showing up the rest of the league in all things fashion. He is dominating defensive backs. He's featured on Toe Drag Swag pretty much every week, Nate. Pretty much every week. He led the NFL in touchdowns last season, and he just passed the 6,000-yard mark for his career. The only wide receivers to hit that milestone at a younger age are Randy Moss and Larry Fitzgerald. So let's show some respect and welcome to the show All-Pro wide receiver for the Houston Texans. Good morning, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah! Hey, what's up, DeAndre?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. So, congrats on a huge divisional win last Sunday against the Colts. Your first win of the season. I feel like your season's off to a slower start than you might like.
Hey! What's up? Yeah!
Deshaun, you gave me a heart attack just now. Wow.
Friend of the show,
So my question for both of you, are y'all ready to tear up the AFC now or what?
He just left, but yeah, he got to go to meetings, get ready for this week. But yeah, we are. Of course, we're ready to tear up the AFC. Just got a win under our belt. We got to keep this thing rolling.
Sean Watson just popped in. That's incredibly improvised, and we love it. He's such an explosive player. You know this guy a long time. Obviously, you've got ties, the college connection as well. Only had 10 NFL starts, but I feel like we're just scratching the surface. How good could your teammate that just bumped in be now that he's with you and healthy, ready to go?
Sky is definitely the limit for that guy. Like you said, having not even played a full season and what he's done so far, we've had some up and downs, but, more ups than downs. There's still a lot of improvement to go, but, he's the leader of this team and everybody knows it.
You know, I guess Deshaun Watson's okay. I'm hoping for a cameo by Kiki Cutie. That's my guy. Nuke, you know this, man. There's great receiving groups. The Vikings, the Falcons, and the Rams have some great receivers. But with you, with Will Fuller, and with the arrival of Kiki Cutie, am I talking to a member of the best wide receiver group in all of the NFL right now?
I think so, man. I think so. I think we don't get a lot of credit because of, some of the guys that we have hasn't played a lot of football, like Kiki, like Will. But when those guys are out there, they produce. Look what we've done so far. Without having Kiki, the Colts game when he was in there stepping up when Will Fuller went down, the guy had 10 catches, 11 catches for 100-something yards, and all those plays were big plays. We got a lot of guys that can make big plays in this wide receiver group. Even from Sammy Coates out there who made some plays for us. So I think all around we're definitely one of the top receiver groups in the NFL.
DeAndre, you're not just one of the more polished route runners in the business, a guy that can go up and snag it, but we do something on the show that we call Toe Drag Swag. On Tuesdays, we break down the sideline catches, the back of the end zone catches, where you're dragging your feet. It seems like you're on there every week. And oftentimes, I'll get up there, I'll explain it as a former wide receiver, but it's almost like I'm an old man explaining a young man's dance. So can you kind of go through what the people are seeing when they see you doing that Toe Drag Swag?
Oh man, there's a lot that goes into it. You can testify yourself, but when you're catching the football, you're always thinking about first getting your toes down. So, for me, that's what I'm most cautious about, getting my toes down, and then where's the ball, locating the football with my hands. So at first, it's it's having awareness where you are on the football field, because oftentimes you really don't know. So you get a little glance, and it's tough, but you have to have that awareness. Andre Johnson got on me a lot my first year, because I had some plays where I wasn't in bounds, got one foot in, just being fresh out of college, and he was like, man, you got to get it down, you got to work on it, and that's what I did.
Great guy to learn from, Andre Johnson. Kyle asked you about you being one of the best receiving corps, and you said, I think so. That's not the answer I want to this next question. You hear about Odell being the best wide receiver. You hear about AB, these conversations, these arguments people have all the time. What is the conversation that you have with yourself in your head when you hear those conversations and you're not part of them every time or at the top?
Politics. Those guys sell a lot of jerseys. They're on teams that's been established in the NFL for a long time. I'm part of a new franchise, so people are still catching on to my team. But I've been getting more recognition. But to me, it's not really about that. It's about my team winning games. But personally, I don't feel like any receiver can do what I've done with the quarterbacks I've played with. Make the Pro Bowls, have the amount of catches that I've had. Like you said earlier, starting to show 6,000 yards, being only one of the third youngest players to do that. I don't think anybody in the NFL could have the patience You know, sometimes, I'm not calling names, but I see guys who are upset when they get 10 balls a game. You know, but it's like, man, you know, you couldn't go through what I went through the last 5 years with that attitude or not having patience. You know, so now I don't think any receiver can do what I've done.
Quarterbacks.
Talk about it.
It's unbelievable.
Talk about it.
Man.
We talk about you a lot on the show, DeAndre. We hope you know that. We want to get some really quick rapid-fire questions out here, though, before you go, because I feel like we know about you, but honestly, creep on you like on Instagram and Instagram Live, you don't really know. So I want to know, what is your favorite breakfast food?
My favorite breakfast food, if people who know me know, it's toaster strudels.
Oh,
Strawberry with the icing on top. Yeah.
DeAndre, how many times did you watch back that crazy catch you had on Christmas last year? How often do you watch that?
Man, I didn't watch it that often because I was kind of mad I didn't catch it with the one hand at first, man, because I practiced that catch over and over and caught it easily just with the first try. So I was kind of upset at myself that I didn't catch it on the first try, honestly.
incredible.
Such a good snag, man. We appreciate it. Hey, listen, DeAndre Hopkins, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate what you bring to the field. One of the best in the business. Can't wait for you to keep lighting this league up, brother.
My pleasure. Thank y'all for having me on the show.